Hear you.
Just give me 1 minute. All right, let's start the orientation. It will be pretty short and quick for today. And basically, like our class will be starting from the next, like the Wednesday, like day after tomorrow. So I'll just go over like exactly what are the things we can cover. I think I sent you this video to most of them, but still I need to discuss a little more stuff on it, exactly how we're gonna continue the class, what are the things we are gonna cover, and exactly like after finishing that course in 4 months, exactly what track you guys to get into the job market and how you're gonna do all those things. All right. As all you know, this is just the basic information. So this is the online training session for manual and automation QA. We have our website, email information, and this is our 800 numbers. Is I think most of them you already know because you all visit our website for the registration purpose. This is actually me. My name is MD Al Imran. So I think most of them already spoke with me earlier before you joining the session or the registration phase. I have been working IT almost like 15 plus years. Right now I work in Delta, Delta Airlines. They have another financial department called Delta Community Credit Union. It's under the Delta Airlines. I've been working there for almost more than 8 years. I still continue work with that. I don't know, I love to work with them. So that's why I just continue to work with them. So this is me actually, who haven't seen my face to face. This is my picture. You can see that we do have the other team members actually, who's gonna, you can see them guys in like a lot of phases, like time once you have done other classes, interview prep, interview session, resume building, and all those phases. You can see the other folks as well. So this is our team. So let's get into the main phase of the training, right? So exactly what we're going to cover in this training. So our focus is we're going to start with from the very basic stuff from the software industry, which is the introduction of the software industry. Then we are going to move to the manual testing. So in the manual testing, basically, we're going to cover everything. So once we cover the manual testing, we'll be working with the mobile testing. So mobile testing, manual testing, this basically the similar type of stuff. Like once you get into the job, basically this is the main phase for the QA. If you want to try to get into any type of like the QA job, you need to know the manual testing. And the mobile testing is pretty popular right now in the market because each and every application trying to build a mobile app, and this testing is most important as well. So our focus is we're going to cover the manual testing, the basic stuff, as well as like we're going to use all the tools in the market. So we're going to teach you how to use those tools. Then the mobile testing, we're going to teach you how to do the mobile testing on the mobile application, how you need to perform those type of testing, what type of different testing you need to perform. Then the database, which is the SQL. So the SQL is another part which is most important because without the SQL, you cannot do even though the manual testing, because if you're going to do the manual testing, sometimes you need to require the data, right? So where you get the data? So it's in the database. To run those query, to learn the query or the SQL is most important to pull out those data so that like you can use those data for your testing purpose. Then jump into the automation, the basic automation. Before you're going to start with the automation testing, you need to learn the Java. And the Java is like the most important things you need to learn. So once you have the Java basic knowledge, then you can jump into the automation. So we're going to teach you the programming language, the Java basic stuff, which basically you need to apply those things towards the automation testing. Then we're going to cover the automation, then API testing, and definitely there's lots of hands-on projects we need to cover. I would prefer to do it at least 5 projects, 2 to 3 on the manual and either 2 to 3 on the automation. Then we do have interview session, your job placement, resume building, and all those things. This is our regular class session time. As we discussed before, it will be Monday, Wednesday, 9 to 10 p.m. EST standard time. For the automation, it would be the same, but I just add one more day with that. It's not now, because the automation, once you're gonna start that, there's a lot of things you need to cover, and you need to learn more stuff in automation. So once you can start the automation, it might be 3 days. It depends on the class and the team who's gonna work with that. If you guys okay with 2 days to capture all those things, would be fine. Else we're gonna add one more day, which is Monday, Wednesday, and the Friday. But this not now. So at least for first month and a half, we are going to cover the manual testing. Then I would say like half of the month is required to have complete the SQL, the SQL. Then we can jump into the automation. So automation at least take 2 months to complete. So overall 4 months whole training. So manual, SQL 2 months, around 2 months with the projects, and after the last 2 months, basically the automation. So main focus is to whether the automation need to be complete. Even though if we can cover in 2 days should be fine. If it's not, we can add one more day. But it is coming up later on, like, you know, once you can start the training, normal this Monday, Friday, then we can decide what you're gonna do. And we do have the team session, team discussion session, and the mentoring session, basically like every week or every other week, what you have learned or what we're gonna teach you. If you guys have any questions, if you have any concern, maybe you don't understand anything, or like, you know, you miss some part, right? So we are going to cover the extra session either every week, end of the week, or like once in a month or twice in a month. So it depends on the team, and like depends on your questions, it depends on your understanding of the whole training. But that one will be definitely in the weekend, which is Saturday. It might be the 2 to 3 hour session. But let's see, like, let's start the class and let's see how we move forward with that. How many questions coming up based on the understanding and everything. Then we can decide, like, you know, it should be like every other week or every other weekend or once in a month or twice in a month. Let's see how it goes. All right, so basically, like, as I told you, right? So what the things you're gonna cover for introduction, we're gonna cover basically the software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, different type of methodologies. Then once you move to the manual testing, so we need to cover, this is a very high level stuff, I'm gonna just tell you. Different type of testing, which is most important, like you need to learn exactly when, how you need to apply those things. Then we are going to cover Microsoft Test Manager. This is the manual testing tools. Another one is ALM, Application Lifecycle Management. This is another tools. Then we also covered the Jira and the DevOps. So Jira and the DevOps, you can write down the test cases on Jira, as well as for the DevOps. Is basically the tracking tools where you can, like, you know, you need to learn to, like, you know, the manage all the works in the development lifecycle management team and stuff. Then we do have the SQL classes, as I told you. Then definitely the real-time projects you need to work with that. After that, the mobile testing, there's a lot of different type of mobile testing. We do have it, but we need to cover at least the basic stuff on it, so that, like, once you can apply for the job or once you get into the job, you need to know, like, how those different type of testing need to apply, or when, or what are the tools you need to apply for the mobile testing. Then automation phase, as I told you, the basic Java and the basic collections you need to cover up with that. We're going to cover with the Selenium, TestNG, the different type of framework. Data different framework, keyword different framework. Also, we're going to work with the Cucumber tools, which is another most popular tools in the market, that we're going to cover with this course. Also, GitHub and the Jenkins. So we're going to cover everything on that. then at least you need to work with the two different projects. I would prefer like more than two, but at least you need to do two projects on basically like you have to work with from the scratch, so that like at least you need to know how you're gonna build the automation framework, which application you need to work on it. We can discuss later on, like as long as our training goes. We'll discuss this later on. Then the API testing, we're going to use the Postman or the SophieUI. So this is our whole course curriculum, or like, you know, what are the basic things we're going to cover with this. This is our the face of that. Okay, so the QA career, right? Why QA is like, why you guys are here? The first question. So even though if you don't have the coding knowledge, coding experience, or no IT background, the most easiest way to get into the IT job will be the QA, because the way we're gonna teach you and the way we're gonna place you in the market is gonna be easier for you to understand, to get into the job very easily. So there's a lot of domain right now. There's a lot of job in the USA basically, and the good thing is like before COVID and after COVID, there's a lot of things got changed. So the before COVID, basically like the most of them need to go to the office 9 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever is the timeline. So they need to work on it like in the 5 days in a week in the office. But right now we do have the good opportunity to work from home, because the IT basically they feel now, you know, like even if you can work from home, they can put more effort on it and you can save a lot of time. And the good thing is, since it's a work from home, so there is another opportunity. Before it was not, because like if you live in Georgia, you'll have to apply only for Georgia. Now, if we have opportunities to apply anywhere in USA, if it's work from home, all you need to do just apply. Then like you can work from here in Georgia to any of the state. So company knows it, so like they are okay with it right now. So you know, so this is the best opportunity. If you can get a work from home job, that should be very good. Even like, you know, the west side, basically they're paying more and they're gonna make the good salary and stuff, so you can apply easily and get into the job. And even though the north side, there's a lot of job, like, you know, Pennsylvania, then Maryland, there's a lot of positions just like working from home opportunities are there. So as long as you complete that course, then we can discuss with you. We have a one-to-one session, exactly like what you feel prefer to do it. Then based on that, you're going to build your resumes and stuff. Then you're going to put you in the market. Now, salaries and benefits, I would say it's a great, like, you know, I would say like around like, even though if you're in this starting position, so like entry level, at least you're gonna get like, you know, above 70 to 80, 85 ranges. And if you have like in a little bit of the mid level, you're gonna make more, 90 to 100. And if you're very good in automation, that's what I'm trying to focus you on. If you're very good in automation after this training, and if you practice more, there's a very good chances to get into the automation engineering job. So automation engineering job basically is the starting salary at least 100,000. So if you feel like after the training you're okay with the automation, then I'll definitely push you to some type of position which is like the 100% automation focused position, which is like the automation engineer, or like the mid-level automation engineer, or the entry-level automation engineers, right? So this is just a career opportunities what you have in like, you know, the QA field. All right, so introduction of software industry, as I told you, right? So we're gonna cover basically the software development lifecycle, which is includes everything on it. So, you know, as long the day and the classes and the session will go, you'll know more about it. But I'm trying to just give you the overview so that you can have at least a little bit of knowledge or information. So exactly like what are the things can cover and how it's gonna help you to get into the job market. So software development lifecycle, we're going to cover each and every phases with the examples, giving you a lot of documentations and like, you know, the study materials and everything, so that like, you know, you can understand and like, you know, you can understand from the scratch, and like, you know, based on those understanding, we can move forward with it. We're gonna also teach you the methodologies, the apply of the methodologies, how, when, what is the procedure, in which phases you need to apply, or what are the different type of software industry using the different type of methodologies, and those methodologies, how it's gonna apply, or like how it's gonna help to build the application. Those things we're gonna cover. Then roles and responsibilities. This is basically like, as I told you, as a QA, once you can start the course, and day to day, once you can learn more about that, the QA and your day-to-day training, that's the basically the role and the responsibilities once you get into the job. All the things we're gonna teach you, basically the same things you need to apply in your job. And as I told you, like there's a lot of different type of teams need to involve for the company, right? So I just mentioned here, show it to you guys. Yeah, I just mentioned here that what are the different type of teams we do have in, like, software development lifecycle, and exactly like where do we stand. So quality assurance, this is a department basically we're going to focus in to get into the QA job. But other than that, they have the developers, they have the database admins, they have the system admins, IT security, the support and maintenance team, the project management team. There's a lot of teams involved with it, but our focus is to be here. All right. Then, as I told you, this is the another portion. So once you complete that training, these are the positions we are trying to get in. Not these positions. This is the manager, architect, and the director. Not now. So we are trying to start from here. So either like the QA analyst, QA tester, QA engineer, or the automation engineer, or mid or the senior level of the same layer, like the tester, analyst, or the engineer level. Once you have done that for few years, then definitely level up. You're gonna get as a the lead, then like manager, architect, and director. But our focus is to be at least like get into this level, the QA tester, analyst, and engineer, either this level, or whoever has like the more confident, I'll definitely push you to the automation engineer, so you can get more salary in these positions, rather like making like as a software quality assurance tester or analyst positions. All right. Right after that, we do have a next slide, which is basic of QA. So in the basic of QA, we are going to cover software testing lifecycle. And for the software testing lifecycle, basically that's have a lot of things you need to cover. And this is basically your day-to-day life in the job. You need to work with test cases, writing test cases, execute test cases, find the bugs, find the problem, report those things, join a lot of different type of meetings. We're going to cover everything here. Then we also cover different type of documentation. Let's say you get a job, right? In the first day in the office, the first thing first, you need to ask your lead or the senior, where can I start? Where should I start? Or which project I need to work on? And there is a documentation for the different purposes. So you need to understand each and every different type of documentation. At least once you can access document, and you can take a look at that, so that you can have the idea exactly how that software need to be built, or what exactly things you need to perform, or the way you need to work with those particular applications and like in a particular team. So that's why like I put like a lot of different type of documentation. So we do have it, and we're gonna cover each and every document in detail in our course. Okay, so for the manual testing, once you can start the manual testing, there's a lot of different type of manual testing and testing phases. We do have it. We cover everything, as I told you. Also, along with this manual writing test cases, execute those test cases in Excel, Word document. First thing first, you can start with the very minimum one. then we can start working with ALM and MTM. Then we can work with Jira and DevOps. And I think I already covered the different type of testing, as I told you, like how we can apply those different type of testing in which phases or which part of the application and what time you need to apply those things. We can teach you all those things as well. Then the bug. So basically, like each and every company hired you as a QA, any of the position, their main focus is to, you're gonna be the person who's gonna find the problem and report those problems. That's your main job. So once you can work with any company or any projects, right? So your main responsibility is to making sure that whatever the software developed by the developers, so you need to test or execute your test cases out of that applications and making sure that that application is bug free or no defect on it. So that's why we're going to cover the defect, different type of bugs, defect, identifying those, and also the bug or the defect has their own life cycle, how we need to do that or how we need to execute those things. So we're going to cover in our session 2. Then, as I told you, right, the mobile testing. So the mobile testing, we're going to cover different type of mobile testing, when, how, or which phases you need to apply those type of testing, and how you need to report your testing to the management level or the developments or your lead. So we're going to teach you everything in the mobile testing part as well. Then SQL. Definitely, like I know some of them may know the SQL here, but yeah, the SQL, this is the core stuff you need to know, because each and every testing is involved with the data. So there's no data, basically you cannot do anything. I just give you the quick example, right? So let's say like Facebook. So Facebook is built first, like they build the application. So after build the application, if you're trying to tell you to test that application, how are you going to test without the data? Which is the data? What is called the data, right? Your email address, phone number, and the password, that's called the data. So SQL is one of the, like, the database, basically, like where they're going to put all the data, but you need to know how to pull those data. So we are going to give you the information, and we're going to teach you basically the SQL, how to run the SQL, and how you can pull the data. There's a lot of tables are there, right? So we're going to cover the basic SQL stuff. Then we're going to cover the join, inner join, left join, outer join, self join, so everything. So that, like, like once you'll be in the company or in the projects to work with that, so basically how to use the SQL or how you can pull the data. So you're going to cover this part. Automation. In the automation, Java basic stuff we're going to cover. We're going to cover the Selenium, TestNG. This is the framework we need to cover. We have another framework for the data-driven, the keyword-driven framework we're going to cover. We do have to install the Cucumber as well. So Cucumber is another tools, basically, but the Cucumber is very popular tools in the market. So some of the company, they use Cucumbers, or even though many companies don't use the Cucumber, they use the other tools. Because right now, I think we have like over 100 different type of automation tools in the market. But if you know how to use the Cucumber, right? So you can apply the same thing to the other tools. Let's say I can give you the example. If I can tell you to use Gmail account to send a mail to your friend, right? So you know how to use it, or you learn how to use Gmail account to send the email to your friend. Now, if I can tell you, can you send an email to your friend using Yahoo, Hotmail, or the other the email service applications, right? So you can do that. So similar way. So once you can learn Cucumber and TestNG and the other framework, data-driven, the keyword-driven framework throughout the Selenium, so it's very easier for you to use any of the tools in automation. That's why like we're gonna give you the overview and in-depth information for the Selenium TestNG and data-driven framework, QA-driven framework, and using the Cucumber tools so that you can learn. And like if any companies you can go, you can apply the same thing for the different application maybe or the different tools. This is the basic stuff what you can cover in Java. Same thing in the Selenium. We're gonna cover like the Selenium WebDriver, different type of browser testing, the locators, then the drop downs and everything. We're gonna cover the browser commands and like the elements identifications and everything we're gonna cover in the Selenium part. TestNG, as I told you, right? So we can cover like the parameterizations, then the installations and application install, and like for the testing for any type of application, they have the different methods you need to apply in the TestNG. So we're going to cover that. Then provided the data to test, then object identifications, or we can cover everything on the TestNG. In the data-driven framework, so the framework, once you can start with working using the Selenium, so there's a things you need to apply. So like either you can build your script inside of the tools, else like if you can use or pull the data from the Excel sheet, those plugins, implementations, we can teach you everything so that like you can learn basically from the scratch how that data-driven framework need to be built for any of the projects you can work with. Similar way, as I told you, the Cucumber. So the Cucumber, we can cover everything on the Cucumber, as long as like you can get into the job with the different of the new projects, what are the part you need to cover. So we can teach you here for the Cucumber as well. API testing. So API testing is basically nothing but like if you don't have any GUI. What is GUI? GUI is basically a user interface. Let's say the Facebook, right? You can see something on your screen, which is like the user interface. So if you don't have the user interface, still you need to perform some type of testing. So those are like the HTML format you need to test in the Postman, but we can teach you how to use that and how to manipulate those things. So basically like this is gonna be mostly cover inbound and outbound testing with the responses, to making sure that before any application built or the back end of the application, how it's gonna work or how we need to perform those tests. So we are gonna cover here in API testing. After completing that course in 4 months, right? So you will be the person who's gonna learn everything and at least make one presentation to us, so that like you can present all the things we covered. So it might take like the long class, short class, doesn't matter, but like we can discuss later on sometimes. So that this is the mentoring session basically. Let's say like you're gonna present 1 or 2 topics, one of your another classmate, like they're gonna present 2 to 3 topics, but like you need to cover the whole course in short time, to making sure that like you understand everything and you can explain to the other folks, so that like they can understand and you can explain to them, and if they have any questions answer, you need to answer, and definitely we'll be here to answer you and help you how to manage this mentoring session and stuff. All right. So after completion of the training, what are you going to get? So once you'll be in the training phase, you're going to send you all the study materials, hands-on project document. Then each and every classes is a recorded session will be there. We're going to send you the link. We're going to give you the access to that video link so that you can have it forever. So if you have any question, concern, any problem, you can watch those videos over and over. So you can clear yourself. Even if you don't understand after the class with the video and stuff, we do have the weekend session, which is going to be cover your topics and stuff. Then we do have like after complete the training, we're going to give you the certificate, which is basically your achievement of the finishing of the training. So this is the certificate looks like. And the main purpose of the training, right? The job placement. So in the job placement phase, we are going to cover first thing first with your resume building. Then we're gonna give you the interview questions and answers. I do have the interview questions bucket list. So we're gonna provide you the questions and answer. At least try to read those things, and you can see how to approach or what way you need to approach in the interview session. So we're gonna give you the tips. We're gonna set up the mock interview with us first. Then we're gonna place you to the vendor so that the vendor also can take you to the mock interview. But once the mock interview session will be done, and if you confident to get into the market, and also we feel confident, so you're ready for the market, then we're going to place you in the market. So you're going to resume, we're going to market your resumes. All you need to do, like once you can get just a call from the vendors or from the clients, just take that call, set up those interviews, then sit for the interview. Then the most important things, even though you pass the interview session, after interview session and before getting to the job, there is a phase called the background check, which is requires to have your reference check, employment verifications, and a few portions is there too. So we're gonna take care of these things as well. All right. So this is our basically the overview and the training and the job placement, how you're gonna work with this for the whole project, the training session. So another thing we also do, which is the after training, you get into the job, we do also the job support, but I cannot discuss with you right now, because once you get into the job, if you need any help, let us know. We'll definitely be there to help you with this. But this is the most important phase. Once you can get into the job, if you need any support, let's say you get into the job, you cannot catch up with your current work, or you don't understand the things, right? How are you gonna apply, how are you gonna work with the company, the projects, and you cannot cope up with your day-to-day work, right? And you cannot implement those framework, don't understand how should I start, what I need to start, how I need to execute those things, or how I need to perform the testing. So we're here to help you. So basically, like once you get into the job, we're gonna make sure that like once you'll be in the job, so we're the person basically help you to sustain that job, so that like you don't have any issues to you don't have any fear to lose the job. So we're going to help you with this too. All right, so for any questions so that I can answer. So this is just a very clear overview with our training. Before I jump into the question and answer session, we have our another partner here, which is Rashu. So Rashu, if you can unmute yourself and a little bit introduce yourself so that the
Yes, Toy also here. So hello everybody, this is Rashu. You guys can hear me well? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to our journey. So yeah, I'm Rashu. You guys, I will meet you guys maybe mostly in the weekend discussion session, and also some tools orientation classes as well. So you guys are very lucky, I would say, because Imran is a very wonderful trainer. Okay, so you guys, I hope can understand easily to the entire course. So I just want to focus you guys a little bit about your entire training things. Okay, so you can consider this will be not your traditional study. Okay, this is a training, so take it like as your training session, not your regular study. So mostly you guys will focus on your daily basis classes. Okay, and you have to practice more and more onto every topic. So your main goal is to achieve your uh, I mean, interview success rate, and you can have a job. So that's your ultimate goal. So to get a job, you must have to be very, very assured about your, training session. So I would suggest you guys don't consider it as your regular study, okay? Take it as your training to be clear your understanding with every topics, okay, and every classes. So step by step, you can get to know about the detail of the course, okay? So you go through with your clear understanding, okay? So I hope you can have a better journey ahead, okay? And I can have a chance to talk with you more about in the weekend session. So this is it for now. And hello, Imran.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, thank you so much, Rashu.
Okay.
All right, so what are you gonna do? We're gonna just have a quick
Imran, I think for job placement, Joy can say a little bit, then we can move on for,
oh, Joy already joined in the call. Oh, okay, I didn't see him. Okay, you here?
Can you hear
You
me,
can
guys?
unmute yourself. All right, go ahead.
Hey, everyone. So my name is Joy, but my full name is Rizwanul Khan. I'm working as a full stack developer, and I have worked in a consulting firm for 5 years as a marketer and recruiter. So I do have some knowledge about this job placement. So, uh, where to start? So let's make it like more conversational. I won't give you like super deep speech or something. So all I can say, uh, I have worked 5 years, and in this 5 years of work experience, I haven't seen a single person who has worked hard and didn't get a job. I am pretty sure, I'm 100% damn sure that whoever worked hard and tried their best, maybe today or tomorrow, eventually everybody got a job. So that is my personal experience. It's not like I heard from someone else. So I have placed so many people in Apple, Visa, in Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and all other places. So all those students I have seen, they work like they studied basically at least 5 to 6 hours every day. So my strong suggestion would be, if you guys give enough effort, there is no way you won't get a job. That is for sure. But eventually, like all the company in the United States, they will be looking for someone who will be able to manage the job. It's not like you need to know everything, but they will see that you guys know enough to manage all those jobs. So if they see all those things, then you guys don't need to worry about everything. And in you'll be like, I saw so many other trainings. They're mostly like 6 weeks training or 4 weeks training. So on those trainings, they don't actually uh, teach, like they don't really teach a lot. But this training session is very in-depth training session. So you will get not only different lesson, you guys will get an experience. I'm pretty sure using those experience, it will be very easy for all of you to get a job. So my strong advice, suggestion, or whatever it is would be like, just focus on your training and study, and inshallah everybody will get a job. That I can assure you from my side. Let me
All right,
let you know if you guys have any question.
all right. Thank you so much, Joy. All right, so we'll have a quick introduction session. Let's start with Akib. Akib, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, so this is me, Akib. Currently, I'm a student in Georgia State University. I'm majoring on computer science right now, and this is I just finished second year, and so my goal is I'm trying to learn more and get in the field and, continue with my study and,
Are you-
and work with you all. So this is my goal for now.
All right, thanks, Akib. All right, I will go to the next person, Asif.
Hello everyone, my name is Sadiq. My nickname is Asif. I also go to Georgia State and majoring at computers information system right now. So my ultimate goal is to get in an IT field as a QA. That's the easiest way I think to get in. And I'm hoping that you guys help me to get a good training to get in.
All right, thanks, Asif. All right, I'll go next to Saqib.
Hey everyone, I'm Saqib. I also go to the Georgia State. I'm studying in business administration, and also I'm kind of interested with the QA. So I'm looking forward with the course. Hopefully, um, I'll be able to make it and get a job.
All right, thanks, Saqib. Inshallah, everyone will make it. Don't worry about that. That's why we're here,
I had a question.
Yeah,
You
sure.
guys don't mind. I would like to ask all of our students, like, what is their salary expectation? Can you guys write it down? I'm just curious.
Oh, okay. All right, you can write it down your salary expectation in the chat, so we can just see that. All right. So since they're working with that, I don't know who's joining in this number. 1602653470. I saw a few of them are left. Okay.
This is Sabir.
Oh, hey. So are you still in the travel? You reach Georgia? No.
I'm going home. I'm just.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't worry. We'll talk to you later then. Just travel safe. All
No,
right.
it's
So
okay. Actually,
it's all right.
let me
Okay.
Introduce myself.
Sure.
This is Sabir. I'm in Georgia State. I'm trying to get into the field, so just trying to learn more about QA. As a little my job expectations from the salary. I mean, the salary expectation is around like 100K maybe in future. So let's see how it works.
Sure. Definitely.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. I saw, I think two of them are already left. I think Jyoti and Nabir, they already left from the meeting, but yeah, we can talk to them in like in the next session. Let me see. Said Asif says 70K.
That's it.
Yeah, I think there's only one person is.
So, none
I'm
other.
expecting to more.
And
But
then,
that's a good number to start.
I think Saqib or Akib, they don't want any salary.
They
all
want it
work for free.
sure. They want it for sure. All right. So, do you guys have any questions so far about the training, or like any other questions about the job placement? Anything like any questions part? You do have it. If you guys don't have any questions, I think like that's okay. Who said that? Expecting as beginner 60K. I keep saying. Yeah, because I know they're exactly the situation, Joy Bhai. So I'll talk to you later with their situation. So they're basically trying to get into like the entry level position, since they are still studying and like trying to get in the job. But like we can help them to get the other way around as well. So That should be
Yeah,
fine.
that's why we're here. Their expectation is 60 or 70. We will make
Yeah,
it.
because they're
90
still
to 100.
starting, so they're thinking like they can get into like the beginners as a
Yeah,
IT
yeah.
field, or like a little bit of the mid-level,
Right.
or kind of like internship. But like my
But
goal is to be put it at least like entry level or the mid-level, so that they
yeah,
can work work as well as side by side they can finish their studies as well.
also
So they have
they
little
can
bit of
consider this training as an internship, so that once they will get a job, they're already done with their internship.
exactly.
So
they can
our
also have
responsibility is to make their expectation from 70K to 90K or 100K.
We'll definitely do that. Once they'll be done with the training,
Yeah.
learn more stuff on it, definitely they
Right.
have that confidence, so
Right.
that like, they will be okay with it. So
Right.
that time they're gonna say, no, I want to go for like 90K, 100K,
Right.
once they'll be done with the training. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, guys, if you guys don't have any questions, so our next class will be on the after tomorrow, Wednesday, the same time at 9 p.m. Then just continue the session. So hopefully everyone I can see on the next class, and that's all for tonight, and take care and good night.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks all.
night. Good night.
All right, thanks everyone.
Good night.